Isn't that sexy? Isn't that hot? Girl. Let's be depressed together.
Hell yeah.
Happy New Year, honeys. It's 2025. Woo! That's why I've got my sparkly shirt on. To celebrate. 2 weeks later. Yeah. Everybody went back to work this week. Yeah. 9 to 5. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. I'm so sad. I don't know why. I have so much apathy and melancholy lately. Party. It's a party. It's a big party. 2025. Everyone's all like, what's your resolution? I don't know. Most of the time, you know what? My resolution, and I don't want to say this to anybody, but it's true, is that I just want to be so fucking hot. And I never feel so fucking hot at the start of the new year, but that's all I want. That's all I want. As soon as there's an opportunity to be like, let's better yourself. I just want to take all the supplements and I want to get a fucking facelift and I just want to be hot, but I don't want to admit that. I want to be like, actually, I have things that I'm wanting to work on for my personality as well. I would like to do all these things and I would like to write new jokes and I would like to blah, blah, blah. But really in the deepest pit of my soul, I just want to be the hottest person you've ever seen. And I don't know why that is. I probably never admit that out loud because I don't know why it's there. I kind of hate that it's there. There's so many cooler things that I could be doing with my life and with my body than just wanting to be so fucking hot all the time. But there's something that just comes over you and you're like horny for the potential of how sexy you could be. And it's like, I'm not even trying to be sexy to get anyone or to like get an opportunity. I don't know. It doesn't even really benefit me to be like, I don't know what it is. There's something, I don't know if it's like, I want to know if other women feel this way and we just don't talk about it because we're kind of told we're not supposed to talk about wanting to be super hot. We're either supposed to accept that people find us pretty and be like, thank you so much. Or like, no, you are, I'm sorry. Or we're supposed to like, I don't know, like try to achieve a specific goal that's for like health. We always have to be like, I just want to be healthier. I just want to be healthier. I just want to like live longer and feel better in my body. Like I just want to feel better in my body. And it's like, actually don't give a fuck if I feel better in my body. I just want to look amazing. I want to feel like shit and look amazing. I want to go out there and feel like absolute ass and feel like everyone hates me and have anxiety and OCD and intrusive thoughts, but I want everyone to be like, oh my God, she looks amazing. Like, see this cough? If this cough could make me fucking perfect, I'd take it. There was what was it? It was like Mary Queen of Scots who got nicknamed Bloody Mary because she was like killing younger women and like bathing in their blood. We are so close to that as a society. We are. Do you want to know the new thing? Because I work in medical aesthetics and I work in skincare. The new thing is salmon sperm.
Really?
Yeah. People are getting salmon. I don't know why I did that. Like I'm on drugs. I'm like, I'm just like fucking, no. Yeah, I'm a salmon sperm. That is the thing that people are doing now. People are going to get fish.
Jerking them right off.
Jerking them fucking to the dick. Down to the bone. Down to the fish bone. They're jerking them to the fish bone and they're taking that and they're like, put it on my under eyes. Give me beautiful skin. Sometimes I just also wish that the opposite would happen and my face would just like melt off and then I just wouldn't have to worry about it anymore.
No more face?
No more face. I've had dreams where my skin just was like, ugh, and then I'm like, it's fine. Now I don't have to worry about being so fucking hot anymore and I can develop other things in my brain. Everything I see online, and this is not just like a New Year's thing, this is all the time, is all like, here are the 3 supplements that I take that have really helped me heal my gut health, my liver health, my kidney health, my thyroid. I didn't know I had an overactive, underactive thyroid. I didn't know I had fibromyalgia. I didn't know I had fucking cracks in my joints. I didn't know that I was ADHD, hypermobile. Like everything is about how many disorders we can uncover, disorders within disorders. Like I thought ADHD was its own thing. And then all of a sudden it was like, no, now there's ADHD and actually you might have autism. And have you thought about this and that and the other thing? And it's like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, but I can't stop taking it in. I love it. I'm like, what new weird thing from the sea should I slap on my skin? Will it work? Let's try it. I'm obsessed. And this has gotten to a place now too where all of us, and I don't think this is just women, I think men too, not to this extent. I think women are plagued with that thing a lot more than men are, thanks to the patriarchy. I don't know. But men and women and everyone seems to get into New Year's and just be like, I need to do something different. Like January is already such a depressing, awful, horrible time because whether you had a good Christmas or a bad Christmas, it was a season that happened. They put a bunch of lights up outside. We were walking through our neighborhood the other night and some people still had their Christmas lights up, which is nice. Like whether you celebrate Christmas or like Christmas or don't, it's nice to see lights. Lights are nice. We like lights. We're like little babies. We're like lights. But then you see a house that's covered in lights, but the lights are turned off, and you can just tell that there's a dad in there that's like, no more. We paid for the electricity bill until December 31st. I'm not taking them down yet because I'm tired. But before I take them down, we're just going to have them out there. There's nothing sadder than seeing a house covered in lights and decorations that are not on. It feels like a freaking Santa graveyard. So anyway, January is already depressing as hell. And if you live in a country where January is cold, it's way worse because it's like, okay, yeah. But then also we're supposed to be like, but it's a new year. So get jazzed, get tickety jazzed. It's time. Have fun. And it's like, no one's having fun right now. Everybody just spent $1 bajillion. I know I'm not saying anything new or original here. Everybody knows that January sucks. But what I don't understand is that all of us, to some extent, will be like, okay, so this is the month I'm going to do a diet. This is the month I'm going to go no alcohol. This is the month I'm going to change something. I'm going to make a change because it's New Year. I'm going to go to the gym, whatever. And my curiosity is why on earth would we choose this month to make our lives even harder? Oh, let's take all the things we like out. Let's take all the sugar out because that's amazing and fun. We don't want that. And then let's also force ourselves to go to the gym, which we all hate, and it's going to be crowded because everyone's doing it. And let's force ourselves to do a weird restrictive diet that we don't like. And let's take all of the joy actually out of life, and that'll be fun because all of us, especially anyone, but I'm sure all of us to some extent, we all just want to be fucking hot, don't we? We all just, we want to be hot and accomplished. Look at how accomplished I am. I'm so hot and accomplished. I'm fucking sick of it. I want to be hot and accomplished, and I'm not. And you know what doesn't make you hot and accomplished? Sitting around wishing that you were hot and accomplished and not thinking about anything else. Just scrolling on all the different supplements and sea mosses that you have to eat does not make you hot and accomplished. Looking at something and trying to write, for me, I'm trying to write jokes because I'm freaking written a new joke in a year. And I'm trying to like, okay, let's write a new joke. Let's say something funny. You used to know how to do this. Now you don't apparently. But you know what's not helpful for writing jokes or for writing anything or for making anything creative is to just sit there and go, I just want to be accomplished at this right now. It's not going to help you.
We're all the house with the lights, but they're not on in January.
So true. Good metaphor. Great metaphor, honey. I like that. We're all poetry. It's true. It's true. We put all the lights up. They were shining. And now the electricity bill is actually too fucking expensive and we're not turning them on. Actually, I'm not going to turn them on. I'm going to really work on the mechanics of the wiring of the lights so that when I turn them on in February, you're all going to be so fucking impressed.
Putting up lights is a beautiful act of service.
Yeah, it's a community thing.
Yeah, it's for everyone else. It's also for you. It's like you have hope in the Christmas season.
Yeah, but what's the hope now? The hope is like New Year.
Right now we have our lights out, but they're not powered up yet.
Yeah.
If you stick to your fucking...
Well, look at where I talk about this. We are no better than anyone else. Like we're doing the freaking... I wanted to do the carnivore diet. And I don't want to hear anything about it. I know it's not supposed to be healthy. I know it's not supposed to be good for you.
Takes years off your life.
Whatever. High cholesterol. My cholesterol is through the roof anyway. I can guarantee you that. Because my diet consists of pure sugar all the time. And I hate vegetables. I hate them. Everyone kept telling me I was going to like vegetables when I got older. The only... I never did. I'm 30. So when? The only one I managed to get was mushrooms. And even that, you can't overdo it or all...
It's not a vegetable.
I know. It's a fungus. Everyone's writing it's a fungus. I love candy. I love sour candy. I want everything to be candy all the time. And I don't have I don't know when everyone developed this like adult alarm clock that just tells you like now is an okay time to start eating or drinking certain sugary foods. Now is the okay time for like a treat. I don't understand that. Like I won't have eggs before sugar. If there's sugar around and I can find it, I'll eat it. I'm like a hyena, like a scavenger. But my dead animal is sugar. If I see a sugar carcass around, a little carcass bag filled with sugar, fucking I'll pick through that shit. Anytime of day. So this is probably good for me that I'm not eating sugar, but maybe this is also why I'm fucking sad. Because I'm just out here eating eggs and protein. And I kind of am doing the carnivore diet because I said I was going to do a diet where I eat meat, dairy, vegetables, and fruits. And I hate fruits and vegetables. So I'm not really doing anything productive, am I? But it's probably better for me than what I was doing before.
Candy?
Pure sugar candy diet.
And alcohol.
Sprinkles and alcohol, yeah.
Baileys.
Sprinkles and Baileys is not a way to get all of your nutrients. I'm doing it. I'm taking the supplements. I'm eating well. I'm not eating sugar. Because I just want to be so fucking skinny and hot. I hate it. And I hate having to lie about it. Or like accept it when people are like, no, you are already. You are beautiful. I'm like, no, you don't even know. There are things. Oh, there's so many mirrors around. There's so many different lightings. It's like I've seen every nook, cranny, shadow that you could possibly find. And I hate this. I hate that we're doing this. I hate that we're all doing this. I feel like there are so many better things that could be filling my brain. There's so many better things that could be filling my brain than all of this. Health, wellness over nonsense garbage. I miss when we didn't have this much information like that, like, because it's wanting to be so unbelievably hot and beautiful disguised as being healthy. The truth is so many of us like don't care about being healthy as long as we feel beautiful. So many women. It's like the insidious ways that I don't know that it just feels depressing. It feels like even after we do all of this work, body positivity, all these movements, whatever, at the end of the day, we're all just still trying to be hot. And the thing is, like, if I was talking to a child, like if I was talking to a little kid or a friend or just anyone, any woman who is feeling insecure, my advice would not be advice that I would take. And that's awful and hypocritical. And people can tell that you're lying. And that's really shitty of us to do to each other. Like, but it's the weird thing is that it's not fake for someone else. Like I would hope that young girls, I mean, they probably will be, but like I hope that they're not afflicted with this. I hope they find more value in other things about themselves. I hope that the parents who are parenting are raising young girls and boys and everyone. I hope that everyone is being raised to value things besides their outwardly appearance or feeling hot or feeling sexy or feeling beautiful or feeling wanted or attractive. Like I hope that there's more that we're teaching people, especially children. I really do hope that happens. I hope that when our friends don't feel great about themselves, that we can actually say something that makes them feel beautiful and confident and makes them want to focus on all the other things in their life as well. But there's so much importance on it, and we place so much importance on it ourselves that it's impossible not to see. Like, even if you're the best mother in the world and you try to teach your little girl to value so many other things about herself besides just her attractiveness, her appearance, or her, value to men, which is the worst one. It's so hard to say that and then stand in the mirror when that little girl can see you and you don't know she can see you and pull at your face or critique your body or date really horrible people, really like shitty men who treat you like shit. If you're doing that, she's going to learn, your little girl's going to learn by what you do and not what you say. And that's so hard because that's such a crazy expectation to have on anyone, and it sucks. It feels like the only way out is for all of us to learn the things that we didn't learn as kids, apply them in our life every day, be really diligent and solid about them. And then if you do choose to have kids, which lots of us won't, but if you do choose to have kids, try to lead by example and explanation. And that's just so, like, what a thing to do, you know, such a feat, such an undertaking. And I think it's why a lot of people are choosing not to be parents. You know, we like to kind of joke about the differences between the child free and, you know, the benefits of that and the people who choose to have children. But it's, you know, it's hard to raise kids who love other parts of themselves, especially when most of us are so consumed with looking and feeling beautiful. And I don't even know to what end. You know, I don't know to what end. Because it's not to get a person in particular, because you can be with the love of your life and still think about it all the time. It's not to get to a goal weight, because I've lost and gained like 60 pounds and it's still there. It doesn't go away. So you're just trapped in it all the time. And it sucks. Like, it sucks because, especially someone who works in aesthetics, I see the light side of it and the dark side of it. You know, I see doing a laser on someone who's always had some dark spots that really bother them, and then they just feel so much more beautiful and confident after they do it. That's so nice. You know, that's so nice. If you have some old sun damage that you can get rid of, or acne scarring, or, you know, things that just really don't make you feel confident in yourself, and giving people confidence is a beautiful part of aesthetics and of, you know, of anything. I don't think it's something we have to completely either pretend we don't know it exists or be obsessed with it. I think there's room for wanting to take care of yourself, wanting to look good, wanting to feel good, for sure. But I've also seen the dark side of it, of where it goes too far, of where it becomes a complete obsession. And I feel like that with myself often too. And the problem with obsessions is they don't really leave room for anything else in your brain. And so it becomes very easy to not do any of the things you want to do, not start that business or have interesting thoughts or write new things or, I don't know, just contribute to the world in other ways that will actually make you feel better. The work that I've done that is not on my face and my body is way more fulfilling and satisfying and makes me feel way better about myself than anything I've ever done to make myself feel pretty. Air quotes on that word. But it's so weird because it's so hard to avoid the obsession. It's like being obsessed with like a shitty guy who you don't actually like. You just are addicted to the attention and lack of attention, where you're just caught in a circle of how do I get this person to be interested in me. And I was watching something the other day and it talked about decentering men in your life and like how nice that's been for a lot of people. But decentering men is really hard because it's not even something that men are necessarily asking of us individually. It's something that has been built. Like, I related to this a lot. This woman was talking about, like, ever since she was a kid, she feels like she's had a little man who's watching and judging what she does in her brain. And I've felt like that so many times doing this podcast. There'll be times where I feel like I say something and then go, oh, I bet there's a lot of men who would groan at that or think it's cringe or roll their eyes. Truth is, there's probably not a lot of fucking straight men who are going to listen to this podcast, and that's fine. And those of you that do, awesome. But I'm not mad at you. I'm just, I'm happy you're here.
Please keep listening.
Please keep listening. I need more listeners. But I don't know. Like my point is, if you're a shitty, toxic straight man who doesn't think women are funny or interesting or have good advice or want to listen to anything that they want to say, then yeah, please don't fucking listen. I don't care. I don't care about your opinion. But I do care because there's a little toxic, shitty man telling me that I'm annoying and cringe and not funny and not interesting. And he's been there for a long time. And he's someone that sometimes I speak to if I feel like I've gone too far the other way. And I hate that. I think that's so shitty. He also keeps me wanting to be beautiful. He's made up of all of the comments I've heard men say about other women. He's made up of comments I've heard partners and boyfriends say about other women, you know, while they're with me, because it's not about me. It's about her. It's not about you. I think you're beautiful. She's gross. She's ugly. It's made up of comments that my parents have said about other women. It's made up of a lot of different voices and things, and it's a voice that you really want to please. You want to be the coolest one. You want to be like the coolest, hottest girl. Like you want to be, you know, you want to be someone that the guys are like, damn, like I didn't think women could be amazing, but this one is amazing. And I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate that I want that. I hate admitting it, but I think I have to admit it because I can't just be, you know, oh yeah, no, I don't care about that at all. Actually, I don't give a fuck about what men think. I'm working on that. But there's also like there's a little shitty man in my head who's, again, not the responsibility of any one particular man, but built up because of the world we live in. And he still speaks to me all the time and I still try to please him. And I think that's really gross. And I think that's where the root of a lot of wanting to be attractive comes from, because for a long time we see that as the only way we're valuable. That's the only way that we're going to get where we need to go. We're going to get safety, security, financial security. We're going to get opportunities. And a lot of men will roll their eyes at that and be like, no, come on, we've gone past that. We haven't. That's the world I grew up in. The early 2000s. Are you kidding me? What was that song you showed me, honey? Tip Drill. A song.
Tip Drill.
Yeah, it's a song. It's kind of a banging song. I hate that it's a banging song, but it's a banging song. And it's basically like her face is ugly as fuck, so turn her around and fuck her from behind.
She got a fat ass.
So yay. You did it, ladies. Your face is ugly as shit and you really need to work on that, but your ass is so fat, so you're worth it. And you made it in the song, girl.
They made a song about you.
You made a song about you, girl. You're special, actually. That's you. You're ugly as shit. No one will ever want to fuck you from the front, but from the back, baby, you got it. You're a sexy girl. Like, if that's how you were growing up, if that's how you were raised and how you were growing up, and it's still what's happening today. I mean, like being a comedian, there's so many men, and it's very hard when you sit down and have a conversation with one of them to not want to impress them in some way, because you just know, you can tell women are smart. Like we can tell when men are looking at us and being like, this bitch is not funny or interesting, or she's talking too much. And the worst part about this is that if you gather a bunch of women together in a room with no men, they are some of the funniest fucking people you've ever heard in your life. They are magic. I was in a group of women the other day because my friend Amy had an Irish Christmas, which I love. Irish Women's Christmas, sorry. And it's a thing in Ireland where the women kind of gather after Christmas and they have their own women's Christmas. And I love this. I think it's so cool. So we all brought food and it was a women's Christmas. So it's a bunch of women together in a room, no men. And the riffs that were happening, the freaking jokes that were flying, like it was not fucking boring or one person talking about, it was so many women just being so freaking funny, telling stories, oscillating between like real talk and hilarious jokes. My one friend did a 9-month callback. So basically there was a joke that was a joke 9 months ago for a bunch of us in the room, and she called back to it mid-conversation. That's remarkable. I don't know a single fucking man who could make a 9-month callback because they can't remember that far back. Women remember and they keep it and they use it. And the problem is that they often don't fully feel free enough to fly that much when there's men around, because men are always trying to be the funniest person in the room. And from a man's perspective, I can also see, because I see that they're often trying to be funny for other women as well. Men want to be really funny for women. They want to be admired for how funny they are in front of other women. And women are kind of just trying to get through it. And men will also sacrifice one woman to be funny to the other one. Like or to be funny to their friends, to their boys. Like, there is a competition going on amongst men all the time to be the funniest and the most interesting. And you can see it so clearly, and they're doing it all the time, and they know they're doing it, and they kind of hate themselves for doing it, which is why they get self-deprecating. And that looks like its own prison. I'm not knocking that men are going through shit too, because that looks, honestly, it looks awful. It looks terrible. Like sometimes I see men in a group and I'm like, none of you are having fun. All of your assholes are clenched, and everyone's just trying so desperately to be like, I'm the one who said the funniest thing. You guys are freaking out. Like it's like, chill out, calm down. You know, that's why sometimes my friends and I used to have this joke, and we'd be like, yeah, he says weird shit sometimes, but he's great one-on-one. He's great one-on-one. And I think that's a lot of men is like, you guys are great one-on-one. And then you get into groups of other men and you're like, and everyone's freaking out. And no one knows what to do or to say. And you all look anxious. You look so unbelievably anxious. And I hope that for men too, they can find their group of men or men and women or whatever it is that makes you feel freaking comfortable, where you can tell jokes and then you can go between that and talking about other stuff. Like I don't hope for any person on this planet to have like a bad time and a bad experience. I think that's where I come from too. I don't know. I don't really want us to be like, yeah, I hate them and I hate men and I hate this and I hate that and everyone's stupid. Like I want everyone to, you know, we're never going to have it fully figured out, but figure some things out. Find your people, find the people that make you feel good, that make you feel comfortable. I don't know. I want to see what happens when people are in groups where they feel like really ultimately comfortable and free and fun. And the one thing I love so much, I love so many things about being a woman. I'm so attracted to femininity. Like I think feminine qualities are just the best. When you get femininity in its truest, purest form, it's everything. It's like warmth and rage and hilarity and comfort and motivation and inspiration and freedom and sexuality. It's everything. Femininity is everything. Like it is the whole world. I love it. I love looking for it. I love finding it. I'm very attracted to it in anyone. You know, it doesn't have to be a specific, like it doesn't have to be like men or women or, you know, non-binary people. It's like the qualities of femininity are something I so admire. And when I get groups of women together or groups of women come together, especially just like the best women that you know, it's the best. It's the best. There's nothing better than it. It's like the best time. It's funny. It's enriching. It's understanding. It's bonding. Like, it's everything. And I really wish that existed, or that everybody knew how to look for that or find that. Because I also know that, you know, there's a lot of people who, even when men aren't around, aren't letting themselves fully be comfortable and be free. Like, I don't think that's in every single group of people has that luxury, you know, or every single group of women anyway. But I hope that they do. And I hope that they find it and I hope they honor it. And I hope that we start trying to do things for each other. Like, I just want to live my life trying to impress other women and do comedy that really resonates with other women. And if it resonates with men too, awesome. I think that's great. But do you know how many male comedians there are who are doing comedy for men and then women also found it funny because women are smart and they can relate and they can share perspective and they can find something funny that isn't their experience because they can kind of get into that and understand that perspective. That's a thing I think women are phenomenal at, is understanding other people's perspective. If you have them not backed into a corner, not freaked out, not feeling like they need to perform or be great for a man or capture his attention or attraction or whatever, like not in their most anxious and, you know, state. If women are in a comfortable enough state and you talk to them, I think that's why women are so good at roasting, like why you see female comedians who are so good at roasting. It's because they can put themselves in so many different perspectives. They can see people from so many different angles. They can see how other people would see that person from so many different perspectives and angles. They're not just looking at it from their opinion. They're able to look at it from so many different opinions. The perspective that they have on it is so broad that they're able to capture something that universally people can relate to and understand and therefore laugh at. And I think because women have such good perspective and can, for the most part, really understand the way people are thinking and feeling, and they have that intuition that doesn't just relate to events or knowing if your man is cheating, like the intuition that relates to understanding other people, I think honing that and celebrating that, I don't know, it's something to really be valued. And it's also a reason why they've been able to, for so long, consume lots of different media and content and comedy and whatever it is that men are making and find a way to relate to it, find a way to think it's funny. It's also, I think, why they've sometimes gone too far and been like, no, like women can't be funny, only men are funny, because they've understood men's perspective so well and so completely that they've lost themselves in it. And that's a scary thing that I think all of us do in sneaky ways that we don't always realize, is that we have taken a man's perspective or that little shitty man in our mind, and we have lost ourselves in it. And when we take ourselves out of that, it doesn't mean we have to say, yeah, fuck men forever. Because as much as I like to be like, yeah, fuck dudes sometimes, that's also kind of sad, because then you're just staying in anger. If you're going through stages of dealing with something, that's staying angry all the time. And it's exhausting to stay angry all the time. I respect women who can stay angry at men all the time. I think we still need it. We need the anger. The anger is important. I'm not saying get rid of the anger. Keep being fucking angry. But also, is there a way to move through the anger and actually not include men in the conversation if you can't? Like put that to bed a little bit and focus more on relationships with other women, other queer people. I think it's just something we all have to watch. It's like, it's a tricky topic to talk about because it's hard to like paint people with one brush, but I think we all have it. Like, even being a woman who is aware of this little man in my mind, I still have him there. He still talks to me. I still try to impress him. I still say things that I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? Or I'm talking to a guy and all of a sudden I'm like really trying to find ways for us to agree. And I'm like, why? Why am I afraid to argue with this person or have a different perspective? And I think it's decentering all of the male focus away from it. It's allowing ourselves to do things for other women, to do things for each other, you know, to make comedy for each other. And then it invites men to actually come in and look through our perspective and learn that skill of looking at things through different perspective and enjoying something. You know, like if a man finds my comedy funny, that's great. I don't want to go up to him and be like, fuck you, asshole. Like, that's not what I'm looking to do. I don't want to be angry about that. I think that's awesome. That's great. I don't want to be like, it's not for you. Like, no, I think it's awesome if people are just doing their thing specifically for, like, for me, it's for other women, but for everyone else, it could be different. And then other people who maybe don't share that perspective are kind of invited to relate to that if they can, or if they do. I just feel like my life is a lot better and sounder and freer and funnier and cooler when I'm not always trying to either get revenge on or impress that little tiny man in my head. Because both things are giving him so much attention, which is why I guess I kind of went off on a tangent there as well. I think it's both. It's not just wanting to impress him, but there will be a lot of women who are like, I'm not trying to impress him. I fucking hate men. There'll be a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people in general feeling like that. But if you're so angry at a man or men, they still get all of your attention. And I think that's fucking sad. For all of us, that's sad. We have so many more things that we can be doing. So many cooler things. And I've been in places where I'm in the throes of feeling really shitty and I'm like, there's nothing better I can be doing. The world is hell and everyone's dying and everyone's awful. And that's true. That's fair. And that's true. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I believe fully all the time. I feel like it changes, but I gotta believe that doing things that really feel like they're for you and they're for people that you admire and they feel right and they feel good and they don't feel anxious and they feel connected. All of that is a good path to walk. It's a good place to be. So with all of that in mind, my hope for everyone for 2025 is that we all do something that we feel good about that has nothing to do with our skin suit. And if you want to do some things that feel good for your skin suit too, I get it. I'm in the middle of dry January, gearing up to have a fentanyl February because I'm going to be so friggin' pent up by then.
You're trying to shed like a snake.
I'm trying to shed like a snake. Yeah. I'm trying to get my shed on. So having said all of that, I think my goal for February of 2025 is to be a gym bro. That's what I would like to do. I would like to get really fucking jacked. I would like to have a lot of protein farts. And I would like my face to look weirdly aged, but my body to be ripped. Because I always find that those men who work out so much and are so like healthy, they look shredded, but their face looks
I know. I have a theory about this.
deeply beat up. Why?
It's because when you lift really hard, you make the weirdest faces.
True.
I always see these guys out. And I'm like,
true.
you're going to get so many wrinkles. You're wrinkling every face.
You're wrinkling everything. It's
Every
true.
single
It's
muscle in
true.
your face.
It's so true. It's so true. Their face, it's so weird. It's like their body is Adonis and their face just looks like my left labia, like just the most wrinkled black and blue. And I'm not saying that in a self-deprecating way. She's got some grooves in her. She kind of looks like a brain. You know, like the brain of a human or a dolphin, and it has like a lot of grooves. She's got her own nebulous going on.
Like a walnut.
Like a walnut, yeah. Or like a man's face who works out too much. There's just wrinkles you didn't even know should be there. It's just a lot. But no, okay, I don't want to be a gym bro. I just want every single person this year, if you can do one thing, just make one goal to be something that does not involve your body, your attractiveness, or your relationships, romantic relationships, let's say. I think it would be pretty cool to have more conversations that focus around what we're thinking of and what we're accomplishing outside of trying to look so damn sexy. Because we're all damn sexy already. We're damn sexy already. I'm putting it out there. Even the little wrinkled labia of gym bro man face. You're all hot. Don't worry about it.
You are enough.
You are enough. Yeah, this is my you are enough moment. You are enough. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all of you going through the January blues with me and talking some stuff out. If you would like to ask any questions, we didn't have any questions this time. No one asked us questions, and that's okay. We would love it if you have any questions that you want to ask or want me to answer on the pod. You can email askthepodcast@gmail.com. Please also like and subscribe if you can. That would be fantastic. My voice goes up at the end of every time I ask people to do that because I feel embarrassed. But it really does help. So we appreciate anyone who has already. And if you are in Vancouver, local Vancouverites, Aaron and I have a show called Couples Counseling where we interview and make a lot of fun jokes and audience suggestions and participation with couples who are in comedy and their partners who are not. It was a very good show last time. It did sell out. The next one is Saturday, March 15th at 7 p.m. at Little Mountain Gallery in Gastown. So be sure to check out our link tree to get tickets for that if you would like. And thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Zero sugar soda.